I would say courage. You can get quite far by being good at your job, by managing your team well, by playing the game professionally. But what differentiates a manager from a leader is courage of conviction and decisions, in learning from mistakes, in managing a crisis. It takes courage to lead. I'm inspired by people who make a difference and wanting to make a difference myself. Fixing a problem, making things better, it's really what gets me out of bed in the morning. I need to surround myself by people who challenge me. Then there is no choice. You have to grow. Yes men, that's the kiss of death. My parents told me when I graduated that they wanted me to have an arranged marriage. So it rather focused the mind on finding a job that I could both enjoy and that could support me. And that's how I started in banking. I think somebody who is passionate about learning and being the absolute best that they can be. You can tell that they're keen, you can tell how much they've made an effort in preparing, in researching, in showing that they will do things that whatever it takes that they need to do, you can see. I think that only to do the things you are passionate about. Because, even if you fail, what's the worst that can have happened? You've spent time doing something you really care about. I think that there are lots of signals of unconscious bias that you find in how you recruit, who's on your interview panel, how do you judge performance. Women can be performing in a very different way but achieving the same outcome, but you've got to learn to see that. And I think it's the job of the employer to really understand and assess outcome and not what is sometimes the trappings of people sort of saying that they know their clients very well, or they've been out to sports matches with them, but what does a client actually really think? Who would they really trust as an advisor? That would be a differentiation. When I joined the city, which was more than 30 years ago, we had to emulate men, work harder, be better at their own game. So I think that it's really important, whether it's women employees or leaders, to value the difference from the male stereotype, as well as, of course, the talents that they share in common. And I think that whether it is about being better listeners, being more open and inclusive, whether it's about being more outcome focused, I think women can be different leaders, but the most important thing is, whether it's men or women, is to enable and allow and accept leadership styles that allow people to be true to who they really are and not to be an imitation. Margaret Heffernan describes it well in her book, Willful, Blindness. The brain prefers the familiar over the unfamiliar. We like to surround ourselves with people like us. But by blocking out the unfamiliar, you can leave problems and issues either not recognized or not dealt with. You can end up with a culture that doesn't challenge sufficiently and with groupthink. So diversity of thinking, which includes women and other forms of diversity, it's not about political correctness. It's about the insurance policy against the internally generated blindness that can leave institutions as vulnerable.